At the start of this week, with there being no confirmation as to when Anne would return to undertaking public duties, I had a look at the royal family diary. Princess Anne was scheduled to perform 20 engagements out of 35 listed. So that's 57% of all listed engagements Princess Anne was undertaking. So there is this noticeable absence now. We know Princess Anne is the hardest working royal in terms of undertaking engagements, and she's held that title for a number of years. You mentioned that the younger generation has been filling in. We saw Princess Beatrice last week attend an Earthshot event in the absence of Prince William. I just wonder whether they could be better utilised by the royal family if Eugenie, Beatrice, and Zara could do more.
Well, I mean, the king has relied on his sister, Princess Anne, I think, certainly over the last couple of years. She is, if you go by the number of engagements, usually the hardest working member of the royal family. I suspect, even with this little blip, I suppose it depends how long she's off for, which is obviously subject to doctor's advice, she will still be pretty up there in terms of number of engagements carried out when we get to the end of 2024. When it comes to Princess Beatrice, Eugenie, Zara and the rest of them, they kind of have their own lives and they have their own full-time jobs. It was certainly in the case of Princess Beatrice and Eugenie. They also have three extremely young children. They were never born to become queen or a working member of the royal family. They were perhaps always not going to be working members of the royal family. And I suppose on the one hand, you could say it's kind of their duties to step up and help out their family, but on the other hand, they have their own lives and they're not funded by the taxpayer. I suspect what we're going to see is more stepping up of Princess Eugenie, Beatrice, Zara and the like in an informal capacity, but certainly not becoming working members of the royal family. I think that would be a big stretch, and also that would probably involve a bit of consultation with the government, the new government, whoever that may be, because it's a burden on the British taxpayer, because you need to fund security. The sovereign grant will also need to fund their staff as well, full-time staff. So it's all of that cost associated with becoming working member of the royal family.